Dear students, in my last lecture, we were talking about the classical theory of uh, management theory, in which we have discussed the scientific management approach and the bureaucratic administrative management approach. The next theory is bureaucratic organizational approach. As organizational, we all know that the organization became larger and more complex. The authoritarian paternalistic pattern gave to increased functional specialization with many layers of middle and lower management for coordinating organizational efforts. So this result was a bureaucratic approach to organizational structure. It is with the intention of eliminating managerial inconsistencies, and as a reaction to managerial abuses of power. Max Weber, is the propounder he propounded the set of principles to provide grounds of organizing group efforts. So this theory was developed by the Max Weber. So the characteristics of bureaucratic organizations are division of labor by functional specialization. Max Weber defined hierarchy of authority, a set of rules covering the rights and duties of employees, and system of procedures for dealing with the work situations, impersonal relations between people, and promotion and selection of employees based on technical competence. Oftenly, we can say that the public services, like a large number of officers and employees, postal services, are cited as examples of bureaucratic organizations. So the strength of such a bureaucratic organization exists in its system of workable set of rules, policies, and hierarchy of authority. The advantages of bureaucracy are manifold. Apart from consistent employee behavior, it eliminates overlapping or conflicting jobs or duties, and the behavior of the system is predictable. So, in turn, we can say the consistency and precise job definition help to avoid wasteful action and improve efficiency. Furthermore, we can say bureaucracy has the advantages of basis its modes of hiring and continuity in the organization. In other words, we can say the bureaucracy emphasizes the position rather than the person, and the organization continues even when individuals leave. So, therefore, we can say despite the above advantages we have discussed now, bureaucratic organization has some significant negative and side effects. Too much of red tapeism and paperwork not only leads to unpleasant experiences but also to insufficient operations, since employees are impersonally and they are expected to rely on rules and policies, so they are unwilling to exercise individual judgment and avoid risk. Consequently, their growth, creativity, development, and even initiative suffer considerably. Machine like treatment makes employees unconcerned about the organization and exhibit indifference regarding the organization and job performance. So, bureaucracy exports conformity in behavior rather than performance. This is all about the bureaucratic organization theory. Now we will talk about the criticism of the classical management theory as a whole. So the whole classical management theory has a positive side as well as the negative side as well. So if we talk about the limitation and disadvantages of the classical theory we discussed so far under each school, there are some general criticism also. The nation of economic person is often strongly criticized. So the assumption of people are motivated primarily by economic reward might have been appropriate in around 90 hundreds year, and for a few people today. So this assumption is not correct under the new circumstances, where aspirations and educational level of people have changed tremendously. So furthermore, we can say organizations have grown up more complicated, and hence require the more creativity and judgment from employees. Secondly, we can say the classical theory assumes that all organizations can be managed according to one set of principles, and same may not be valid. In other words, all pervasiveness or principles of management is also questioned, which changes in objectives, approaches, structures, and environment. Organizations may have to have some changes in principles. The principles propounded by the classical theory are not vigorously scientific and did not stand the last test of time. They did not adapt to the consistent and complete body of theory. So they reflected the observers' empirical observations and their logical deduction, uh, rather than the precise theory built up upon the scientific research and evidence. So we know that the principles which were possible and highly relevant to practitioners have been later developed into guidelines for the managing business enterprises. So it is this theory, of course, leading schools of thought is most prevalent kind of management found in practice. So this theory has a plus points also and minus points also. Next is a new classical theory. This new classical theory we will discuss in my next lecture. Thank you.